Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be going from 0 to 100, I guess. And shit, I'm sick and I need to be at work. I need to be somewhere. I still need to look presentable even though I feel absolutely terrible. I know how you feel because last week and the week before that I was sick as anything, and I had a wedding I had to go to do makeup for the bride and the bridesmaids, and I had other bookings as well, and I needed to look like I was awake, especially when it was 5 in the morning that I need to be starting. So this is basically what I need to do to make myself look like I'm awake, look like I'm not quite as tired or sick looking. I still probably sound sick, but let's just make ourselves not look so sick. First things first, your skin is probably going to be feeling really dehydrated when you're sick because, you know, your body is using everything in its power to suck all the hydration out of it. So you're going to want to put the moisture back into it. So even though I've already like moisturized and done all of that kind of stuff, right before I'm about to put makeup on, I'm going to re-moisturize, and I'm going to use the Klara Reset Aqua. This is like a hydrating moisturizer. It is like super duper hydrating, and it just makes your skin feel so nice. It's really quite runny. Oh, it makes your skin just feel so nice. So I'm just going to wipe it on and then press it into the skin. Chapstick, can't forget about that. And then I'm also going to use the e.l.f. Daily Moisture Stick. This is like a stick of moisturizer, and I just go in with my fingers and I pat it underneath my eyes because that area seems to get really dehydrated because you've been like not sleeping properly, because either you've been coughing or just not feeling 100%, and usually under your eyes is where you get the most dehydrated. And then around the nose, because you've been blowing your nose, because your foundation or your tinted moisturizer or your BB cream will grip it to anywhere that there is dry skin. So you want to be able to put as much moisturizer or moisture back into that skin as possible. So I'm going to start off with my eyes first, and I need a mirror. Rightio, I'm going to do a little bit of light eye makeup, so I'm just going to use that Urban Decay anti-aging eyeshadow primer. Okay, so I'm just going to use my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm only going to keep this look very simple because you're probably not feeling 100%. You don't feel like doing like a massive eye makeup look, but you just want to make your eyes look nice and bright. I'm going in with a mixture of white peach and what is this one? Peaches and cream, and just going to put that all over the eyelid with a big fluffy brush, and just to set that eye base down. And then I'm just going to go in with Maybelline, which is this shade here, which is sort of like a shimmery light peach kind of shade. And I'm just using a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pack that just all over the mobile lid. My God, you know what I haven't done on this palette yet? Ready for it? Ready? Yeah! How long have I had this palette for and I haven't done that yet? Oh, now I can see in the mirror. That's great. And then I'm just going to run some of that just under the lower lash line as well. Just using the same brush. And then I'm just going to go in with the Georgia and Puree, which are both matte colours, and just basically going into a fair amount of Georgia and then a tap of Puree, and just running that shade just above where we've put that Maybelline shade, and sort of through the crease, just to blend out, so we've got that sort of shimmery shade blending into a matte shade. So don't worry about any harsh lines at the moment. Where you can see there it's very harsh, and just running sort of along that lower lash line to connect it all up, and just going in with a clean blending brush and just run it over the edge of that shadow. Things get a little bit messy, just go back in with your white peach and your peaches and cream colour, those two matte colours that we put all over the lid, and just blend them over that line. Just going to go in with a bit of bronzy kind of coloured eye pencil and just line my tight line and my waterline. Okay, so the eyes are done, that's all we want to do, and I'm just going to go in and put a little bit of primer on. I'm using the Klara Zero Pores Primer. This is really, really nice. It's a little bit hydrating as well, so plus it's got that pore minimizing thing that I need. So just rubbing that on and then pressing it into my skin. Okay, so while that primer is settling, I guess, and sinking into my skin, I'm going to do my brows. So just using my Maybelline Brow Precise. I need a little mirror. And just setting it into place with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in medium dark. Okay, so for foundation today, I'm actually going to try out something new, and it's the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I have got the shade TCDF08, which is True Beige. I've heard some good things about it. So it is 13 mils, which is not very much considering most foundations are 30 mil. So on the back here, it's got like a guide, I guess, and 2 drops is a light amount of coverage, 3 drops plus is medium coverage, and 4 drops plus is full coverage. So let's see if this is correct. I am going to use a brush to apply this foundation. Actually, first what I'm going to do is a little bit of color correcting because my under eyes are so dark. So I'm going to use some of the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is the orange one. So I only need to use a little bit of this. The other product that I really like for covering up under eye circles is the NYX Dark Circle Corrector in light or medium. But my eye circles are super bad, so I need something that's got a bit more orange to it. So just going to use my finger to pat that in and blend it out. I'm only putting this where I absolutely need it to. Okay, so let's see what this foundation is like. I'll shake it up because it said shake well on the box. So let's just see how far 2 drops go for light coverage, hey? So it's a dropper. I think 3 drops came out then because it came out really fast, so I don't know if you can see that there. It is really, really runny. So the colour should be okay. It's quite yellow toned, which should be alright. Oh, gee, that goes a long way. And I've still got a little bit left on the back of my hand. Feels really nice and lightweight. It's very easy to blend. I do think that if you used a sponge, the sponge would suck up a lot of the product. They do actually have a foundation brush to use specifically with this foundation, but I've got that many foundation brushes. It was just a funny looking sort of flat top brush with a bit of a dint in the middle of it. Okay, so I'll use the rest of this up and then I'll have a close-up look and let you know whether this is medium coverage, because that was 3 drops. Yes, that fell out onto my hand. I like the way that's feeling. It feels really lightweight, which when you're sick, the last thing you want to be doing is putting on like a heavy cakey foundation. You want something that's really, really light and light feeling, and also probably light looking as well. You want to stick with stuff that's not going to suck as much out of your skin as what, you know, you're already sick, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to have a nice close-up look. That looks really nice. I haven't gone up underneath my eyes because I'm going to use concealer there. But I would I'd say that that's a medium-ish coverage. I'm happy with that. That's 3 drops. I'm really happy with how that looks. Now, because I have been feeling unwell, I really don't want to build up the coverage any more than that. So I'm not going to do that, but I will leave, if I get a chance to try the foundation again. I just spilt it. Oopsies. I thought the lid was on it properly. Naughty Kate. So yeah, if I get a chance to try this again, I will let you know in the description box down below, you know, how it built up and how it, and of course how it wore today as well. That feels really, really nice, and it's only very slightly tacky. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go in first and do a little bit of cream bronzing, because I find that if you do cream bronzing and highlighting rather than powder, it just makes your skin look a lot more natural looking. So I'm going to use a little mini of the NARS Laguna liquid bronzer. I have been loving this, and it's such a cute little product. So this is what I've been doing, and just using an angled foundation brush and blending this into my skin, and it just gives that glow and bronziness to your skin and a bit of colour back into it. So as you can see, I'm only doing this in sections because I don't want it to dry. So you can already see that my skin's got that nice sort of bronzy, healthier look to it. So then I just put some on my chin, under my lip, and I also just put some around my nose as well. And that's one that I put around my sort of my jawline area. I swipe it all downwards. That's what the best thing about that liquid bronzer is, that it is so liquidy that it just sort of blends out to almost nothing, if you know what I mean. So just gives your skin that nice glow, and it, what do you call it, it dries down really, really beautifully as well. So highlighter on my skin, I'm going to use the Australis Liquid Strobe Illuminating Drops. So what I do, this is quite thick, I just put a touch of it on the back of my hand, and then I just sort of blend it out and pat some onto the top of my cheeks. And my cupid's bow, inner corner of my eye, and that's all I'll do. Feel free to put some on your forehead and your chin, but I do tend to be a little bit oilier during the day, so I avoid those areas because I'm already going to get shine there. Righty, I'm going to do some concealer now, so I'm going to just go in with a touch of the YSL Touche Éclat. This is a little bit brightening, just going into that inner section there, and then using a mixture of my NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard and my Maybelline Fit Me in Sand. Yes, this is a little bit extra, but I like the mix of the colours. This one is really nice and creamy, and it just gives the nicest look under the eyes. So I'm just going to blend out first with my finger. And because we've put that moisture stick sort of underneath our eyes first, it's not going to just like sink straight into the skin. And then I'm just going to use a little concealer brush just to help blend this in. And I'm getting hair all in my concealer, which is nice. Who else has this issue with flyaway hair? Oh my goodness. So what I'm doing is I'm just patting. I'm not swiping it and moving it around. I'm just patting it exactly where I need it. back in with my foundation brush, just around the edges, just to make sure it all blends in. And quickly, I'm just going to set that under eye area very, very lightly with the yellow colour out of the Revlon, what's this? Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. And just quickly set that so it doesn't crease. Not very much powder. Quickly set the rest of my face very, very lightly with, what is this? L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour powder foundation. And just going quickly back into that Revlon Sculpt and Highlight palette and just grabbing a touch of that bronzer on a duo fiber brush and just dust very, very lightly over where we've put that cream product. Add a little bit of colour back into our face and some highlight, and I'm just going into the Maybelline Master, what is this? Master Blush palette, just going into that highlighter and just tapping a touch over our cheekbones, Cupid's bow, and just picking up a brush and picking up a little bit of that product and put it around the inner corner. While we're there, flip the brush, if you've got a brush that's double-ended, and just blend out that eyeshadow from where we've done that concealer. I've got another duo fiber brush and I'm going to go into that sort of peachier, lighter toned colour and just sort of concentrating that more on the apples of the cheeks, just so that you look like you're awake. Don't forget mascara. I usually have been doing this lately, as I've been putting mascara on after I've done all of my powders and stuff like that, and then I find that I don't get any powder residue on my lashes. So what am I using? The Lancome Hypno Stoli mascara. Okay, so I am going to pop on a little bit of setting spray and then put my lip product on, and I'm using the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go. Now you'll notice that I put on a lot of that. You want your skin to be as hydrated as possible, so if you've got like a toner mist spray or something like that, it's a good thing to just pack even this in your bag for the day, just so that you're giving your skin some extra hydration. And it just takes the cakey, powdery look out of your face as well, or skin. Just going in with a neutral coloured lip. Today's not the day that you need to be going out with bright colours and stuff like that. You just want something that's no liquid lips that are going to suck any moisture out. So I'm just going to define my lip line a little bit with the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Colour Lip Definer in Natural. And I just filled in my lips with that as well. And just going over the top with the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Lip Oil Lip Gloss. And this is in Papa Don't Peach. You want something that's really nice and moisturising. And this is. Now, things that you might want to pack in your bag for the rest of the day for touch-up wise. You might want to pack some of that moisturiser and that stick one, especially because it is really good. You can just pat that over any areas, especially if you've been blowing your nose as well. And pack your foundation brush, pack your concealer or your foundation just to touch up around your nose, especially if you've been blowing your nose and stuff like that. But you know, now my skin looks a whole lot better than what it looked before. I look awake, I feel much more awake. And you know, ideally, yes, you'd like to be laying on the couch at home, but sometimes you've just got to get out there and get on with life, even if you are sick. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel, and I hope to see you more often. Bye, guys.